You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
A man's attempt to run from Missoula police cut short by a taser. Good morning, this is John King filling in for Peter Christian, who's taken yet another Friday off. Your news is brought to you this morning by Dig Excavation, bringing you 30 years of excellence with every job. For all your excavation needs, give them a call at 214-4292. Well, Missoula police arrested two individuals during the same traffic stop after a probation officer called for some assistance late Wednesday night. Missoula Police Public Information Officer Travis Welsh explains.
About 11:39, probation officers requested assistance from the Missoula Police Department, where they had made contact with two individuals in the 1600 block of South Russell Street. They had located one adult female who had an outstanding warrant for her arrest, which ultimately revealed that the other person that was involved was in possession of drugs, and apparently possession of drugs with the intent to sell.
When officers announced that the two were under arrest, things got a little heated.
The two individuals are identified as Kelly Nagel and Michael Brooks. Mr. Brooks apparently made a decision at one point when it appeared that he was going to be arrested to try to flee from the officers, who were then forced to utilize a taser to stop him. Mr. Brooks was briefly examined by medical personnel as a result of the fall he took after tasing.
Mr. Brooks's mugshot indicates that he has a large injury above his left eye, probably from a fall during that taser incident. According to Welsh, the drugs found in the vehicle appear to be opiates and methamphetamine. Democrat Rob Quist was in Missoula yesterday campaigning at the Union Club. Quist is running for Congress in the special election and has made health care a central theme of his campaign. Quist says he wants a single-payer system and is open about discussing his own past struggles with health care.
I had to have back surgery because I'd lifted equipment wrong and threw my back out. For almost like 9 months, I was in excruciating pain. I was doing anything not to have surgery because, A, I couldn't afford it, and B, I didn't really trust the situation.
Quist told listeners on Talkback a while ago, this is before the primary, that his surgery couldn't have come at a worse time in his music career and, in the past, has said his medical condition prevented him from touring.
It was just at the pivotal time of my career. I had just I had a great band together. I had the bus, the sound company, and I just got a record contract offer from Warner Western. And but I had that surgery. It was like somebody turned off the jet engine, and I went into a tailspin, and I lost my record contract because I couldn't tour.
The Billings Gazette reported this week, though, that Quist stated that he could not tour in 2011 due to health issues. However, the article also states that Quist played 35 performances that year, averaging about $2,000 per show. The details circle back to questions about Quist's struggle to pay his state taxes, which led to tax liens around $15,000, an issue Quist says was caused by medical payment struggles.
As a result of that, since I didn't have insurance, I had to cover that all myself. And so it just about sunk our family. And the only way that I was able to get out of that was I went on Social Security and Medicare early. I had to take it when I'm not sure if I was 63 or 64, but had I not had that to go to, I would have been in deep trouble.
Missoulian reporter David Erickson questioned the Quist campaign about playing shows in Montana while claiming to be too sick to work to make mortgage payments during the campaign stop in Missoula yesterday. Erickson says that Quist and his campaign, quote, declined to comment. End quote. The Missoula Organization of Realtors released their annual housing report yesterday. While home values in the county are up to record highs, the supply of homes in the market is at record lows. Local real estate agent Brent Wahlberg put some of the numbers together and explains.
Missoula in 2016 had 1,392 residential sales reported in our multiple listing service, which is pretty much flat when it comes to volume increase over the year before. There was only technically 2 more residential sales. But what we did see was a 6.8% raise in the median sales price.
The median sales price is now $255,000, and Wahlberg says one of the drivers pushing prices up is a lack of inventory. Whereas a healthy housing supply might have 6 months of inventory, Missoula has much, much less.
Definitely in Missoula. This is a lack of supply that we've never seen before in this market. The amount of sales activity in the last 30 days compared to the amount of total supply, our total market supply right now is around 4 months of supply. But then when you drill down and you start looking at kind of the heart of our market, 200 to 275 and 275 to 350, the supply rates there are much closer to about 1 month's worth of supply.
According to Wahlberg, new construction is just about the only answer to Missoula's home supply issue, but it will take around 3 years at least before the supply of homes catches up with demand. The Montana Senate passed an infrastructure bonding bill yesterday, clearing the way for the House to move forward. According to Senate Majority Leader Fred Thomas, the bill addresses 3 main infrastructure issues.
There's about $30 million of projects throughout Montana for school district improvements, boilers, roofs, helping with new school buildings, that sort of thing. About a third of it then as well goes to the university system, such as Romney Hall at MSU and Bozeman. MSU has another project in there, and there's a Great Falls project, university buildings that are state obligations. And then there's a smattering of other things, but targeting is water and sewer districts in rural communities that need help.
Thomas says he expects the House won't have to change the bill too much and that one big project was removed.
The Historical Society Museum, about $30 million, is not in this bill, and its proposal to consider it is in the House. It would not be bonded, it would be funded under a different scenario. I think this bill's in pretty good shape as it is. Now, we're not saying it's the only way to go, but we're saying it's a good structured bill.
The bonding project bill is just one of 3 major infrastructure categories the legislature will consider. Thomas says even if the bonding bill doesn't pass the House, the legislature will deal with infrastructure for sure this year and has already passed a couple $100 million cash infrastructure bill and a $150 million highway construction bill. All right, time to turn to our weather forecast. Weather brought to you this morning by our friends over at Paradise Falls, where you can have a great breakfast starting at 7 and then wrap up your week with the Friday night chef's specials. See the complete menu at Paradise Falls, Missoula.com. Here's Brooke Foster. By the way, it's about 40 degrees outside.
Newstalk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Mostly cloudy skies today with our high temperatures in the low 50s. Tonight, increasing clouds and a little bit of fog. Overnight lows will drop just below the freezing mark. For your Saturday, we'll see a mix of sun and clouds with an isolated shower and highs in the 50s. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster, KECI 13.